Today is the 28th day of the second month in the 9th year of Channel Group, April 9, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 현지인 참 부모님께 경배 바로. Let us recite 가정 맹세.
가정 맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Good morning, everyone. Before we will start our morning devotion, let's offer let's have an opening prayer to be led by our brother Arnie Cortez.
Let us pray, brothers and sisters. Our most precious Heavenly Parent and true parents, we are so very grateful from the bottom of our hearts that we gather here as one family in order for us to hear your precious words that you have given us to our beloved true parents. I sincerely pray that each and every one of us, brothers and sisters, would be able to understand and absorb the message that we are going to receive this morning so that we will be able to apply this in our daily lives throughout this day, all day long today, and in the days to come. Heavenly Parents, we are sincerely praying that the words of wisdom that we are going to receive throughout this day, this morning, will be our guiding message so that we could be able to strengthen more our faith and conviction so that all the sacrifices of our true parents will be able to absorb and practice in our daily lives so that we'll be able to come one to our beloved Heavenly Parent and our true parents. Thank you so much for this day, and I pray that all of us, brothers and sisters, would be able to really open our hearts and our mind, and we could be able to make this message for us to share to our brothers and sisters throughout the whole world, wherever will we go. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for everything that you have given us for this wonderful morning. And all these things I pray unto you, our beloved Heavenly Parent. I am Arnie Cortez, member of the Central Blessed Family. Pray this in the name of our beloved true parents of heaven and earth, and true parents of heaven, earth, and man. Aju.
Thank you, Brother Arnie. Let's all have our own individual prayer. Aju. Now, let's give our morning greetings. So let's bow our heads and greet our national leader, Reverend L.A. Good morning po. To our Dr. Julius, good morning. To our Dr. and Mrs. Kittel, good morning po. And to everyone in the Zoom, regional leaders, blessed families, brothers and sisters, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Now let's continue. Next is the Hundok reading to be done by Maria Carey Aparece.
Good morning, Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning, leaders, elders, brothers, and sisters. Our reading is taken from the book Mother of Peace, a Memoir by Hak Jahan Mi. Chapter 9, God's Kingdom in Our Midst. Continuation. I vividly recall the pledge I made on the day that my husband passed away. I will revive the church with the spirit and truth we had in the early days. I have kept that promise. The filial devotion of our sons Yeojin and Hyungjin lives on in our heart, along with the spirit of my beloved husband. When we convey filial devotion to all people and everyone lives for the sake of others and looks after each other, that will be the kingdom of heaven. Filial devotion is a preeminent practical virtue as well as an eternal pillar of life. We must practice filial devotion while our parents are alive. After they are gone, no matter how much we want to sacrifice for them, it will be too late. We must know how precious this moment is and be proud of it. Across the table, around the world. An image shimmers faintly in my memory, like a gleam of sunlight reflected by the dew of the grass. I was sitting across the table from my husband right after our holy wedding. He gazed at me with an overwhelming heart of God. It seemed as if a waterfall of tears was about to burst forth from his eyes. That experience, the two of us sitting together at a small table to eat, treading the path of Yeojong in front of God, recurred many times on our path as true parents. We communed without a worry, sitting across the table from each other. During the 3 years, we ate only boiled barley, and when we barely had time to catch our breath while on speaking tours, visiting 2 or more countries in a day. We were grateful for everything, and everything was a source of happiness. For me, the annual festival of sharing true parents' favorite dishes is like sitting across the table from all blessed families. The blessed families are true children of heaven's lineage, to whom my husband and I have given birth through our tearful embrace. They are called by heaven, so I call them chosen blessed families. True Father and I will sit across the table from these chosen blessed families forever. We will not forget, for even a moment, our countless children's intense tears and streaming sweat as they endured lonely struggles for the sake of God's will. My one regret over the festival of sharing true parents' favorite dishes is that I cannot in person place a delicious meal before each of my beloved children around the world and sit across the table from them. In December of 2019, I had that feeling sitting across the table from Prophet Samuel Radevi. I had just arrived in Johannesburg to conduct the blessing ceremony of 200,000 people. Our airplane landed amid pouring rain. When I walked into the airport lounge, I was so happy to meet Prophet Radevi, who is like a son to me. As soon as he saw me, he said, "Mother, I wish to see you. Welcome to your home in South Africa." Dressed in traditional South African clothing, Prophet Radevi welcomed me with a bow, expressing his heart of respect and humility, and presented a bouquet of red flowers he had prepared with care. Accompanying him was a large group of youths and students of the Revelation Church of God, who greeted me enthusiastically right there in the airport lounge. They gave a special a cappella performance of a wonderful song with lyrics that meant, "True Mother came to be today to bless South Africa and all of Africa." When I said, "It is raining today," I've heard that rain is considered a great blessing in Africa. My words were greeted by loud cheers and shouts from Prophet Radevi, his youth leaders, and students. When it was time for lunch, Prophet Radevi sat across the table from me. The truth is that he normally would not have taken lunch on that day. It was December 5, a very important day for him spiritually. He told me that on that day each year, he goes to a special mountain and offers devotions. December 5, 2013 was the day that Nelson Mandela, one of the most respected figures in the Republic of South Africa and throughout the world, passed away. Prophet Radevi had publicly prophesied that December 5 would be the day of the president's passing. Many were amazed when his prophecy was realized. Moreover, on that day, a boy, filled with the Holy Spirit, testified in a heavenly language that Prophet Radevi is the leader who will liberate South Africa, and then coughed up like a lion's tooth and presented it to the prophet. This story is legendary throughout South Africa. That is why on this day each year, Prophet Radevi has gone up to the mountain to offer gratitude for the heavenly mission given to him and to renew his determination to accomplish it. He felt that it was a most auspicious day for the true mother to arrive. Despite his commitment to his prayers, he had come down from the mountain to welcome me. Food is love, and to show my appreciation, I served him a bowl of warm Korean noodles. Sitting across from each other, I expressed the love between a mother and son whom heaven had brought together. He went back up the mountain after lunch to continue his devotions with a life or death resolution for the success of our December 7 event. Jude.
Thank you, Mariah. Next is the sharing of grateful hearts to true parents and heavenly parents. And I would like to call on Brother Rudolph Yuson to share his 10 points of gratitude. Brother Rudolph?
Okay. Wait a minute. Can you hear my sound, my voice?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Uh, good morning, everyone. Excuse me. Together with my brothers and sisters in our Region 11, I would like to share my 10 points of gratitude. First, my deepest gratitude to Heavenly Parent and true parents for continually protecting us, my brothers and sisters, from worldwide pandemic known as the coronavirus going on. Thank you, Heavenly Parent and true parents, for protecting my brothers and sisters sa salot na ito na grabe ang kanyang it bring about so much pain and suffering sa ating mga kababayan sa Pilipinas. So that's my first gratitude. Second, of course, this morning our Honduke, our morning devotion is also the words of our two parents. No, it gives us strength. No, this morning our Honduke, no, and the deep protection of our brothers and sisters, no, from their heart, their once they're reflecting, no, coming from their heart, we are really spiritually uplifting, no, and give us strength. So thank you for this morning devotion from the words of our two parents. Thank you from the technical who initiated this morning devotion. My heart of gratitude also to our two mother of peace, you know, for giving me the privilege and my brothers and sisters in our Region 11, the privilege for participating to become a Chumbo couple, you know, in our region. You know, soon we will have 2 or 3 candidates, you know, for the Chumbo. You know. Of course, we have to fulfill our HTM mission vertically and horizontally. So isa ito sa grateful ako, no, na I was become, no, I participating, no, this providence, no, of Chumbo couples, no. And fourth, regarding our Region 11 Training Center in Carmen, no, long ago, this training center had been abandoned. Matagal siyang hindi nagamit, no? Years ago, no? How many years hindi siya nagamit for the mission, no? For the responsibility intended for this training center. So I'm very much grateful, no? Thankful, no? In the height of pandemic, some of our elder brothers and sisters in our region take initiative and responsibility to revive the spirit of our training center in Carmen. You know? So now our training center in Carmen is becoming productive. You know? We conducted there, you know, series of 4 and 7 days seminars. Tungil Modo is being held there, you know? And salamat sa mga elders, no? They contributed, no, financially to restore our place, no, this vicinity of Carmen, and little by little we are renovating, no, this place. No? So we are looking forward that this place of Carmen is really be used by God, no, will be used by Heavenly Parent, no, to restore our Region 11. No? So I'm thankful for those brothers and sisters who initiated and take responsibility. And then fifth, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for the following departments in our Region 11 and the entities. No? I'm very much thankful to our BED, no? To the couple of Andy and Claudeline Persia, no? Our BFD department for raising and guiding our first and second generation, no? Helping them, no? To know about the value of the blessing, no? And through this couple, no? Soon, no? Our candidates in our Region 11 for matching and blessing be soon be matched. I hope so. 6, salamat sa Family Federation Education Department, no? In spite sa strict sa health protocols, no? In the height of pandemic, no? They were able to conduct, then nakahold sila mga series of seminars, no? Face to face, no? Salamat sa kay Kuya Erel, no? And I myself, no? From Educational Department, no? So maraming salamat sa inyo from education na kahit na sa crisis natin during pandemic, no? You are no? You were able to conduct, no? Mga series of seminars. So my gratitude also to Tungil Modo Black Belter, no? The Black Belt instructor, no? The subs, no? For their also support, no? In our region, no? They train, no? Patiently our practitioner, our Tungil Modo, no? And may nag-join na rin, no? And soon many will come because our Tungil Modo department is very kuan sila, talagang willing sila, no? Willing heartily to give their support, no? To our region, no? Salamat Tungil Modo instructors, no? And just weeks ago, my promotion, no? Merong na-promote, no? For levels, no? Sa iba-ibang level of belts, no? So number 8, I would like also to give thanks to to one elder brother John Presoris for initiating our business in our region, no? Just this week, no? Nagkaroon kami ng Achara Providence, no? Medyo ang fruit namin sa kapayas, it turned us to be ginawa naming Achara, no? So may mga orders na, then our Achara Business Providence is going on in our Region 11, no? Some of our family members ordered, no? 100 of pieces, no? So soon this Achara Providence will be available in the market soon, no? So you can order also, no? From our region. And then 9, no? Pasalamat ko sa Kito parents kay binigyan kami ng very artistic sacrificial leader, no? Our idol, no? In the person of our Corazon Jacadis, no? Na talagang isa ako sa na-move, no? Sa kanyang leadership. Salamat sa iyo, Corazon, na binigyan mo ng buhay, no? ang Region 11. So wish na ang expectation ni true parents, no, hindi ma-frustrate, no? And then sana we will make again our Region 11 be proud, no? before heaven, no? And then last, no, pinaka number 10, of course, pasalamatan ko rin ang aking sarili. ang aking unwavering faith, no, to true parents, no? Hindi nag-iba yung faith, no, from since I committed to become a full-time for the mission. Hindi nag-change yung faith ko to true parents. So pasalamatan ko yung sarili ko dahil nagkaroon ako ng ganyang klaseng unwavering faith, no, in myself, my commitment, no? That's why I still remain standing, no, in the Providence, no, supporting our region, no? So meron pala ako nakalimutan, no, sa education, no? Special mention to Dr. Alan Cadano, no, for helping us also, no, providing materials sa education department. Na he's approachable whenever we ask some materials for education. From time to time, says welcome. We are welcome. So thank you very much. So bigyan natin ng round of applause ang Region 11. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Rodolph.
I will continue.
Thank you, Brother Rudolph. Thank you for expressing your grateful hearts to us this morning. Let's give him a round of applause. Go, 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 papaya power. So before receiving today's internal guidance, let's spice up our morning and appreciate the talents of our second generation. Let us be entertained by Yunfil Persia with his song entitled One Day. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. First of all, I would like to introduce my cousin,
Jesselyn Hoivia, and we will going to offer a song entitled You Are My All in All. Hope you like it.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my all in all.
Seeking you as a precious jewel, though to give up I'd be a fool. You are my all in all.
Taking my sins, my cross, my shame, rising up again, I bless your name. You are my all in all.
When I fall down, you pick me up. When I am dry, you fill my cup. You are my all in all. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my all in all.
Seeking you as a precious jewel, though to give up I'd be a fool. You are my all in all. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God,
Worthy is your name.
worthy is your name. Worthy is your name. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yunfil. Thank you so much. Now, tago sa puso ang lyrics. Now, let's get ready to receive True Father's words to deliver this morning's internal guidance. Let's welcome with warm of applause our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halo.
Thank you very much, Ate Juliet. Thank you very much po. First, I would like to greet our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. To all our beloved leaders, the Central families, brothers and sisters, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ohayo gozaimasu. Annyeonghaseyo. Good morning to all brothers and sisters who are also joining us from other countries. Thank you very much po once again for joining today's Hunduke. I'm really grateful to Region 11. Maraming salamat po with the leadership of Ate Cora and also our elders today who have shared, si Kuya Rudolph, and also our wonderful MC, si Ate Juliet, and the wonderful offering song ng ating second generation, si Yon Phil and his cousin. So maraming salamat po. It's really good to meet you. So I know maybe long time we couldn't meet or even see each other. Kaya I saw some messages. We miss each other. Mga elders po natin, thank you very much for your dedication. I'm really happy rin with the training center ngayon ng Davao region in Carmen po natin. Now became very active. Our members there, they're working together. So maraming salamat po. I hope that Heavenly Parents can really bless you more, your region. That, kasi really, ang region po ninyo, I heard many of our leaders also come from that area. And then even I know then that area before very active. So now I'm really grateful that ngayon po you are reviving and many members are coming together. Thank you kay Ate Cora. So yun po. So this morning I will be sharing another topic. Today is our day 68 na po natin ng National Morning Devotion. Yeah, so this morning I would like to share this topic po entitled Heaven's Delight. Yeah, when we talk about delight, this is like something something that can give great pleasure to someone, something exciting, ganito po. So like today's topic is Heaven's Delight, where what are the exciting things in heaven. So before, when we don't know po yung divine principle, like everything is mystery sa atin. Yeah, when you ask mga religious leaders, mga Catholic priests, when you ask something na hindi nila alam paano explain, everything becomes mystery. Even the spiritual world is mystery. Kingdom of Heaven, we don't know what is there, ano ba ang mangyayari po doon pag tayo pumunta sa spiritual world, ano ba ang nandun sa heaven, di ba? So, when we don't know yet the divine principle, lahat po is a mystery. We don't know what is really there. So, but when True Parents came, and then we started to study the divine principle, True Parents, explain to us everything very clearly. So today din po, I'll be sharing this topic. What are the exciting things in the kingdom of heaven when we go there? So that's why today's title is Heaven's Delights. So let's study po together. Father said, what is like to live? What is it like to live in the other world? So there is no need to worry about what to eat, where to live, or what to wear. Anything is possible just by thinking about it or wishing it. People eat in the spirit world. They can feel the pulse in the veins. Although theirs is a spiritual body, they can feel it just the same as the pulse in a physical body. So, dito po sa physical world, we always worry. People always worry of what to eat, where to live, what to wear. These are the basic things that people worry about dito po sa physical world. Sabi ni Father, when we go to the spiritual world, we don't need to worry about these things anymore. Anything is possible just by thinking about it or wishing it. So in the spiritual world daw, sabi ni Father, we also eat there, sabi ni Father. And we can feel the pulse in the veins. So yung nafe-feel daw natin ngayon while we are alive, although Father said theirs is a spiritual body, they can feel or we can feel it just the same as the pulse in our physical body. So the same yung nafe-feel din po natin ngayon. Even though when we go to the spiritual world and then we became spiritual body lang doon, but still we can feel. So sa spiritual world, sabi nga natin, sabi ni Father, we will also eat there. And then also we learn from mga previous topic on Hunduke, in the spiritual world, you cannot just, eat on your own. First there, you need to give other people first. Malaki yung spoon doon. So if you are selfish, you cannot go there kasi hindi ka makakain, di po ba? So when you go there, first is you are always thinking for others, even in eating. First, you need to give first before you then other people also, feed and give you. So una doon talaga is others. But Father's explaining here that also we will be eating in the spiritual world. And then yung feeling down natin ngayon while we are here in the physical world, the pulse in our veins, the same. We will also feel that, the same feeling when we go to the spiritual world. And then when we go there, we don't need to worry anymore. Sabi ni Father, with all the things that we are worrying about in the physical world. So this is what Father is saying. True Father said, love is the active force that can mobilize the whole. So whatever you want to eat, it immediately appears. Make a list of the foods you would like to enjoy, and they will be set out on the table before your eyes. Where does it come from? The spirit world is active and self-organizing. It assembles the elements that are needed. What is the governing and active force that can mobilize the whole? It is not power, nor is it knowledge or money. It is love, only love. That's why when we go to the spiritual world, what is the most essential thing we need to have? What we need to bring there? Only love. So the spiritual world, sabi ni Father, is an active and self-organizing. It assembles the elements that are needed. Self-organizing daw ang spiritual world. What is the governing and active force that can mobilize the whole? It is not power, nor knowledge, or money. It is only love. Only love. That's why, while we are living on earth, what we need to accumulate, ano kailangan natin gawin, anong pinaka-importante na gawin natin while we are living here. Not, yun nga, of course, we need other things, but these are not the most priority. We need money, we need knowledge, we need all these things. But this is not the priority. What happens in the physical world? This became priority to people. So when they go to the spiritual world, they are empty-handed. They couldn't, accumulate, or they didn't practice and develop their hearts of love. Ito dapat yung dadalhin lang natin doon. We cannot bring anything when we go to the spiritual world, right? Only love. That's why when we have this in the spiritual world, everything can be done actually. Everything can be done. Whatever we wish for, whatever will going to happen based on the love. So love is the center. Ito po ang pinaka-core sa spiritual world. That's why if only people will understand this, then the course of our life in the physical world should be focused on how to develop our heart, how to develop our character, become a person of true love. Aju, ito po yung pinaka-importante while we are living on earth. So understanding this, all other things that we are doing, these are just secondary to just support how we are living our life, to accumulate love, develop our heart to love. So ito po yung pinaka-importante sa lahat when we go to the spiritual world, right? That's why going to the spiritual world, we need to prepare very well. What we need to prepare? We need to prepare our heart, right? We need to become a person of true love. And then everything will be, exciting when we go to the spiritual world. But if not, then the spiritual world will not be exciting for us, but it's a place that we will, going to suffer if we cannot bring this love, if we cannot develop our heart, our character to love. Then everything will be difficult for us when we go to the spiritual world. Aju, but when we have this, then spiritual world is very exciting place, right? Or when we transcend and when we go to the spiritual world and when we leave our physical body, then that life will be an exciting life for us when we become a person of true love. Aju? Father said, God is in the root of our heart. God is supreme. Yet, if you call for Him with deep and heartfelt sincerity, He immediately replies, yes, my child. What do you want? If you ask, where are you? God answers, where else could I be other than in your heart? God is the origin of all creation. God is in the root of our heart. In heaven, if you wish, you can hold celebrations millions of times a day. Wow. In the ecstasy of love, whatever you desire is done at your command. So our brothers and sisters always like to do party or always loves to have celebration. Don't worry when we go to the spiritual world. Father said, in heaven, if you wish, you can hold celebrations millions of times a day. Wow, you will just, every moment you can do party there in the spiritual world when we go to the kingdom of heaven. So in the ecstasy of love, whatever you desire is done at your command. Really exciting, right? When we think about, the spiritual world, when we think about kingdom of heaven, this is truly amazing, right? So that's why we have to really prepare well while we are living on earth. And then here in the physical world, we cannot, really listen to Heavenly Parent. Sometimes we cannot hear God's answers. When we go to the spiritual world, when we call on God, sabi ni Father dito, if you call for Him with deep and heartfelt sincerity, He immediately will reply, our Heavenly Parent, yes, my child. And then God will ask us, what do you want to do? Or what do you want? So God is in the center of our heart. So God will always be with us. 24 hours, every moment, Heavenly Parents will be with us. Aju, that's why really, spiritual world is amazing, actually. More than, the things that we can imagine. That's why what we just need to do now is to really prepare very well of going there. Right? So we are not ready yet. That's why we need to work harder and really develop more ourselves. We need to love more. We need to embrace more. Right? And then we really need to develop such a heart before going to the spiritual world. Father said anything can accompany their owner wherever they go. So dogs can follow their masters to the heavenly realms. Pets and beloved articles can accompany their owners wherever they go. So anything you wish for. May mga aso kayo dito, may mga pets kayo lahat. Everything can follow you when we go to the spiritual world. Anything you wish, anything you wanted, everything will going to happen there. This is really amazing. Like a dream, mga napapanood lang natin sa TV. Like mga movie na fantasy, mga ganito. But actually, these things are rooted in the original. Itong mga ito po, these are ideas, mga napapanood natin. These are maybe revelations, some of them. But these are all rooted in the original world. When we go to the kingdom of heaven, as God is the owner and creator of everything, right? There's no impossible for Heavenly Parent. That's why when we go to the spiritual world, when we go to the kingdom of heaven, everything is possible. Aju, this is really an exciting, like a world of dream when we are while here in the physical world. Things that we never imagined. Everything can happen, can be done, can be experienced when we go to the spiritual world, when we go to the kingdom of heaven. Aju, that's why it's really exciting. It's amazing. That's why we have to be more serious in living our life. We have to prepare very well. Everything here is temporary, right? Everything here is temporary. Everything is just part of our preparation. And most importantly, all the things that we are doing should be towards improving and developing our heart, loving others, right? Living for the sake of others. That's why this philosophy, the True Parents is teaching us that we have to practice. These are all connected, in the world that we will be going to later on after we end our physical life. Aju? True Father said, by the power of your imagination alone, you can have anything you want. Are there automobile factories in the other world? Here on earth, people are proud of their Mercedes-Benzes. Will you brag about your car in the spirit world? Cars are not necessary over there. By the power of your imagination alone, you can have anything you want. If you wish for a car encrusted with diamonds, it will appear. Yet, why would you need a car? Even without a car, you can travel billions of light years in an instant. As long as you have the heart of true love, that is enough. Wow, really amazing, right? As long as you have the heart of true love, that is enough. Many people here, they are very proud of themselves. They have Mercedes-Benzes, they have BMW, they have Jaguar, all these prestigious and expensive cars. These people, if you cannot develop the heart of love, when they go to the spiritual world, they don't even have, even the smallest car they cannot have there. They cannot travel anywhere. Now, here in the physical world, they're very proud. We are also longing, also when we see Mercedes-Benz, BMW, these wonderful cars, we also want these cars, right? But actually, the spiritual world, Father said, when we go there, we don't need cars, right? You can travel billions of light years in an instant, as long as you have the heart of true love. that is enough. That's why the most important. So these people who are very proud of themselves now in the physical world, if we cannot educate them, if we cannot help them, and then they go to the spiritual world, they lose everything. When they go to the spiritual world, they have nothing. They will leave their Mercedes-Benz, BMW, anything they have here, right? So if they cannot, develop the heart of love, when we go to the spiritual world, people who doesn't have love, and then they will be isolated. They cannot move. They will just be, they cannot travel anywhere. They are restricted. They're restricted. They cannot go anywhere. That's why, even though we don't have Mercedes-Benz, we don't have BMW or all these luxurious cars, when we go to the spiritual world, anything you want, just by the power of your imagination, Father said, you can have anything you want. If you wish to have BMW, if you have to anything you wanted, you will going to have. When you go there, that's why the most important now, what should be human beings' focus of life? This opportunity that was given to us to live for 90 or 100 years, right? What we need to accumulate, it's not material things, it's not all these, things that people are enjoying in the physical world, but most importantly, how to really develop our heart to love others, our families, our brothers and sisters. That's why, as we grow, as we age, habang tayo tumatanda, we have to expand our heart of loving other people, right? Because as we grow older also, we are becoming closer to the gates of the spiritual world as we grow older. So, dapat ang natin, bangko natin, marami na tayong iipon, na-improve na-develop na natin more yung heart natin. We can love many people by now, as we are growing old, right? But other people, what they are counting, yung ipon nila sa bangko, ilan na ba ang bahay nila, ilan na ba ang sasakyan nila. These are, like the success in the physical world that people are accounting to. Right? Ito yung kinakalculate nila. Ang yaman ko na dapat pag naging 50 years old ako, naging 60 years old ako, naging 70 years old ako, I should have these things. These are the people who are ignorant until now. That's why we have to educate these people. We have to help them. Otherwise, when they go to the spiritual world, right? The most important really is how to develop our heart to love. That's why we are given this opportunity. It's really not easy, but it's possible, right? If we truly started to really understand and think deeply and really connect our heart to Heavenly Parent and true parents, what is really God's wish for us to become loving people, become really most filial sons and daughters that can love Heavenly Parent, loving true parents, loving all people, our brothers and sisters. So that's why in our family, this is the school where we can develop this kind of heart. Loving our parents, loving our children, our brothers and sisters. Aju, that's why Father said, by the power of your imagination alone, you can have anything as long as you have the heart of true love already, that is enough. Aju, that's why we have to really long for this kind of heart. We have to, work hard to have this kind of heart. No matter what, as long as we are alive, Heavenly Parents is giving us this opportunity. Aju, that's why we are truly grateful living in this time. No matter what, we have to become such people. And then when we go to the spiritual world, everything will be possible for us there when we go there. So, Father said, centering on love, you can create anything. When God created this vast universe, there were neither cars nor food. Yet, just as the Creator God made all kinds of things to realize the ideal of true love, we too, centering on love, can create by exercising our original innate powers and abilities. So centering on love, really love is the core, right? So like our Heavenly Parent, before, wala pa naman even food, Father saying here, there were no cars nor food, but our Heavenly Parent, the Creator God, made all kinds of things to realize the ideal of true love. So even us, Father said, centering on love can create by exercising our original innate powers and abilities. As long as we have love, we can create anything we want. This is really amazing. That's why there's no boundaries, there's no limitation when we go to the spiritual world, when we go to the kingdom of heaven. Everything there is being done centering on love, and everything is possible. Everything can be done.
everything can create. This is an amazing world, right? This is an amazing world that we are preparing for. But if we cannot develop yung heart talaga natin, then we will become, isolated doon. We cannot do anything. We are restricted. That's why, while we are alive, really, we have to really live in accordance to Heavenly Parents' will and desire. Aju, and then we can be very free when we go to the spiritual world. We can do anything, centering on love. Everything is working in accordance, to Heavenly Parents' desire and dream, and then centering on love. Everything, works and moves centering on love when we go to the spiritual world. That's why love is everything. While we are here in the physical world, let's really open more our heart and really expand our capacity to love. Aju? So Father said, centering on love, we can have everything. Centering on love, when you think of something in your mind, whatever you name will appear before your eyes. Really, it's amazing actually. Whatever you think, and then you can be the one to give the name, whatever, it will naturally appear, instantly appear before your very eyes. You can gather millions of people for a banquet and request particular dishes, and they will appear on the table. If you want to wear a golden formal gown, you can have it too. How fantastic. After such a delicious meal, your tongue might hang out. So anything, really, Father is, really helping us to understand now what is really Kingdom of Heaven, right? What is really Kingdom of Heaven? It's really an exciting world. It's really fantastic, like very magical. Yung lahat ng napapanood natin, di ba mahilig tayo manood ng mga magical, mga fairy tale that can only happen in dream, that is not happening in reality. But actually, all these ideas are coming from the original world that we are preparing to go, Kingdom of Heaven. All these ideas. So this will become reality later on when we go to the Kingdom of Heaven, right? Kingdom of Heaven is, there's no boundary. It's beyond time and space, right? Really amazing. So Father said, through love, whatever you desire can be realized. What would your tongue do at that point? It wants to taste true love. It wants to reach a higher plane, jumping up and up, claiming, I like it, I like it. That is enough for me. Now I want to enjoy these things with my loving spouse. As long as you are standing within love's sovereignty, standing as one of God's companions, whatever you desire can be realized in a moment. Yeah, as long as you are standing within love's sovereignty, standing as one of God's companions, whatever you desire can be realized in a moment. Really, everything is centering on love, right? That's why, actually when we have love in our hearts, really everything is different, right? But if our hearts is filled with anger, jealousy, all these fallen natures, really the environment is different. So we create the environment based on our heart, right? That's why if we are filled with love, the environment is very beautiful. Everything changes, right? That's why this fallen nature that we have inherited from, this created hell. This is the ones that created hell, our feeling, our emotions, what is in our heart. That's why if only last time when we have, sabi ni Father, if we use the eyeglasses of love, everything we see is beautiful and wonderful, right? That's why Kingdom of Heaven is a world of love. That's why everything there is beautiful, because it's a world of love. All people, what's in their heart is love, always living for others, thinking for others first. That's why everything in every corner, you can see love. Everything can be done. Everything can be realized. By the power of love, it transcends everything, time and space. Really amazing. That's why from this time, what I need to focus on, right? Instead of, having these resentments or jealousy or anger, all these fallen natures that we have, still, we have to, be more serious, working on it, eliminating this, right? Really practicing living for others. Heavenly Parents have given us now the opportunity while we are alive, right? We have to compete. Who will become more loving individual, become loving person between husband and wife? Who is more loving, right? We have to compete. This should be the competition. that we need to focus on. Our goal by after a few years, after 3 years, I can become more loving person. This kind of, what should be our focus while living on earth. Aju, so that when we go to the spiritual world, we can enjoy later on beyond our imagination. Aju, but if we cannot live such a life while we are living on earth, we will be, it's very difficult for us when we die, when we go to the spiritual world. People are thinking, that's why they commit suicide. People are thinking, everything will be, kasi nga, ang pag-iisip nila, everything in the spiritual world is okay. God is just sitting on the throne, everything is no problem doon. Yeah, that's true. Once you develop your heart of love, that is true. But if not, big problem. Right? If we cannot develop our heart to love others, big problem when we die, when we go to the spiritual world. That's why everything moves centering on love. Aju? So Father said, everything is beautiful and wonderful in heaven. So this is what I'm saying also a while ago. So everything looks beautiful. Everything sounds wonderful. And you feel content with everything around you. So contentment will be there. So dito in the physical world, people doesn't, they couldn't feel contented in the physical world. People always wanted, in the beginning, they just wanted car, or they have car, and then they want not only car, they want Mercedes-Benz, they want BMW. Always people, don't feel contented in the physical world. So Father said, in the spiritual world now, we will be contented of everything around us. So sleeping is sound and sweet, and waking up is wonderful. Yet in the spirit world, you do not need sleep. In the spiritual world, even in the middle of the night, every cell of your body can dance. Each cell is like your partner. It dances accompanied by melodies whose beauty far surpasses any earthly music. Wow, really amazing in the spiritual world. Yeah, so doon, hindi na natin kailangan matulog. We sleep in the physical world because we have physical body that needs rest. Di ba kailangan ng physical body natin? But in the spiritual world, every cell of our body, even in the middle of the night, Father said, are very active. Very active. So we don't need to sleep in the spiritual world. So everything there looks beautiful. Everything sounds wonderful. Wow, really, really kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven cannot explain. Everything is wonderful, everything. So that's why, imagining this kind of situation when we go to the spiritual world, when we go to the kingdom of heaven, really exciting talaga. Really exciting. Sabi nga ni Sir Julius the other day yun, sabi niya, you want to go there? Yeah, we all want to go there, right? But you want to go there now? Not yet. We are not yet ready. We need to prepare more, right? We need to be ready. That's why while we are alive on earth, that's why True Mother wanted to create this kind of world in the physical world so that all people can be happy. That's why now we are helping our True Mother. We are being called. Our ancestors prepared us. That's why we are all here. We are chosen people, right? That's why no matter what in our lifetime, we have to do our best to create this kind of world. This world of love is starting from us. We need to become people, sons and daughters, husband and wife, children, parents of love. This is what we need to become, right? While we are alive on earth. Then we can create that wonderful world. First here in the physical world, and then when we go to the spiritual world. That's why actually in the kingdom of heaven, everything is beautiful, everything is wonderful. That's why if people, still cannot see the beauty in our environment, people around us, in this world, is still, we need to help them see. We need to help them transform their hearts and how to eliminate these, fallen natures that we have inherited. We have to open our heart and receive heavenly parents, receive true parents, with the continuous guidance and education that we are receiving every day. We can, develop our hearts, and then as we learn, as we are educated, then we started to practice slowly, day by day. We develop, we improve, and then one day we become such loving people, heavenly parents, children. Aju, then everything will change. Yeah, really exciting, right? So Father said, in heaven, love connects you with everything. So in heaven, Love connects you with everything. You breathe the air of love, eat the food of love, and wear the clothes of love. God, your parent, provides you with all this out of His true love. So really everything, sabi ni Father in heaven, love connects you with everything. The air we breathe, yun nga, ang air nga doon is love. The food we eat, love. The everything, even the wear we clothes, everything because of love. Everything is, love. This this four-letter word, this is the most important. Not only here in the physical world, but when we die, when we go to the spiritual world. So God, your parent, provides you with all this out of His true love. That's why really understanding all these things that your parents is teaching us. There's no what other thing we need to focus on in the physical world, right? But everything we do should be connected to love. Whatever we do, then it will really, help us grow and develop our hearts. And one day we become loving people, right? Yeah, it's really not easy, but we have our true parents. Physically, they are guiding us, our true mother now. We can see our true parents loving the whole world, loving all people, whatever they are doing, right? From the moment they received their mission, our true father and true mother, they started to, really embrace the world, not only focusing with their own families. The same is true with us. We have to resemble true parents. We shouldn't be now just happy with our own family. Our family is doing well, right? We cannot. We have to, expand our heart. We have to love our neighbors, right? We have to love our community. We have to love our nation. We have to love the world. Aju? And then we have to love our Heavenly Parent. This is what we really need to do in this very short period that was given to us. So we are now counting. Now, for example, I am now 37 years old. Some of you already 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. How long still we can live here on this earth? Right? We don't even know. Even we are young, we don't know how long are we going to live here. How long can I continue to develop my heart while living here? When we go to the spiritual world, we cannot do anymore, right? We cannot do anymore. That's why our physical body is the only way for us to develop our heart, our character. Aju? So when we go to heaven, everything is being connected because of love. So if we don't have love, then we are separated of everything there. If we don't have love in ourselves, right? If we cannot really, live for the sake of love while we are living on earth. That's why everything is centering on love. So Father said, with the mind of love, everything can be done. Do you think that people urinate in the spirit world? I am telling you that we do. So we urinate, sabi ni Father, in the spiritual world. When you get there, you will see for yourself. What about defecating? Yes, we do. But afterwards, the waste immediately returns to its elements. There are 107 known elements in the universe. Hence, it is not necessary to clean it up. With a mind of love, all you do is make a motion with your hand, and all the waste return to its origin. Really amazing. So, Father said, we urinate and also we defecate. Yes, we do, sabi niya, but we don't need to clean doon, sabi ni Father, when we defecate daw doon, we don't need to clean it. With just a mind of love, all you do is just, make a motion in your hand, and all waste returns to its origin. Really amazing. That's why, what we need to really bring there is really love. When you have love, you can have everything when you go to the spiritual world. You can experience everything. All the things that we couldn't experience here in the physical world. That's why, really, our lifetime should be really focused in how to really develop this kind of heart of love. Our lifetime actually is not enough. That's why, people are suffering so much here in the physical world. Some are thinking when they go to the spiritual world, when they die, their suffering will end. That should originally be. If we are, we can develop our heart, then all the suffering will end when we go to the kingdom of heaven. But if not, then more suffering we are going to experience when we go to the spiritual world, because we cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. right? That's why everything is about love. Whatever we are doing now, whatever missions we have now, kahit ano pa yan siya. Whether we are single, we have our family now, but everything is preparation, improving, developing, and expanding our heart's capacity to love, right? As an individual, we need to develop our character, prepare. Later on, when you will have your family, when you have your spouse, your children. So, like level by level, we grow, we develop our capacity of heart. That's why when we are just in the family, our love is just within the family. That's why we need to go out. True parents give us the mission to become heavenly tribal Messiah. So we can love other families. We can love other people, right? We can love our clan. At least, with this, 430 families, then you can really love them. So it's not only you fulfilling our 430, but really, sabi nga, we have to have yung personal touch. We have to really love them. That's why people around us, how are we, how can we have personal touch sa mga brothers and sisters natin? Loving them really substantially. Hindi lang yung minsan ang relationship natin like just yung ordinary workers dealing with each other, but really how to really love, like member of your family, you are always concerned, di ba? Yung pag anak mo, nanay mo, tatay mo, how much are you concerned to them? You are willing to do everything. So we need to expand this kind of love in our family outside, brothers and sisters natin, other families outside. How can you be happy with your family na many brothers, many people are suffering, right? So that's why we have to expand this. We have to expand in our community, in our nation, and then in the world. Aju? That's why this is the course of our life. This is what we need to do while we are living on earth. That's why we could see our true parents loving the world, loving all people. We have to really resemble them, right? That's why now we are studying continuously, learning continuously, and then how to really practice in our everyday life. That's why we are given this opportunity now. So let's really do our best, even though it's really not easy, right? But really, this is our life. This is how we were created. Aju? That's why if we can create this kind of world, then people can be happy in the physical world, right? That's why starting in our small community, in ourselves first, and then in our family, if we can create loving families, right? Then it will just naturally expand. Then we can create loving community, loving nation, loving the whole world. Really, everything, the center is love. Aju? That's why while we are alive on earth, so let's really do our best. Really amazing today we could understand, for many people these are mysteries, what is there in the spiritual world. But now we can understand that really the center is love. That's why while we are alive on earth, this physical body should be dedicated in developing our heart to love. More and more every day, we have to advance as we grow older. I'm 30 plus and late become 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Then more capacity, we become more loving people as we grow old, right? We can embrace more people. Aju? Aju, that's why as a Chonbu couple, as Chonbu family, as Placental families, minimum we can, embrace our, tribe. At least one tribe, really, they can testify later on. People around you, they can testify. We cannot say, I love many people. Actually, it's not. It's other people, right? How many people really, can testify about us? At least if we can have 430 families, testifying that we love them. This is like our, key when we go to the spiritual world. How many people can say we are truly loving people? That's why really, we need to be more, serious. We pray to Heavenly Parent. We can have this kind of heart. We can, treat other people as really our real members of our own family. That's why family is just the starting point. But we cannot just stay there. But we have to go out and expand the love that we are giving in our family, expand that to others. Aju? Aju. So with the mind of love, Father said, everything can be done. That's why let's really do our best to become loving people. Aju? Yeah, so let's really appreciate our heavenly parents and true parents for continuously educating us. Let's really give a big hand to our heavenly parents and true parents. So once again, thank you very much to all our beloved brothers and sisters. May heavenly parents' love and blessings be upon you and your families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, LA. Everyone, let's give our national leader a round of applause for this morning's very inspiring message. So, palakpakan po natin. Thank you, Enel. So, I also take note, no? so, so really, we can bring nothing to the spirit world, no? So we were born with nothing, no? So we will also die with nothing, but we have, if we have love, then spirit world can be an exciting place for us. So talagang thank you, Enel, for a very inspiring message, no? So now it's time for reflection sharing. So is there anyone who wanted to share? Tingnan ko muna ha, kung merong mag-share. Raise your hands, please, if you wanted to share. Okay, so wala. Now, sige. I will call our Chongbo couple in Davao region, Mr. Pedro Bilbar, to give his reflection on today's internal guidance.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Yes, Pedro, loud and clear.
Okay.
Morning.
So, good morning. Can I be heard?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, good morning to our beloved heavenly parents and true parents. To our CD, Hori, and to our BCD, Reverend Julius Malikdim and Reverend Rooney Sudosta. To our Dr. Ketel, to our national leader, Leo Angelo Halog, to our HTM director, Dr. and Mrs. Jimmy and Ate Shirley Vergara, to our all regional directors, elders, brothers and sisters, truly good morning. Good morning. Wow, it's so amazing, no? First, I would like to express our heartfelt of gratitude to our beloved true parents and true parents for the extension of our lives today, where we have another great privilege, an opportunity to continue to serve and fulfill our purpose in fulfilling our responsibilities, so that we could continue to contribute for Heavenly Father's well. Wow. The topic this morning, the message is so truly wonderful and amazing, as well as very exciting. Heaven's delight. I'm so truly grateful to our national leader for such a wonderful message. So we know that this message already given 2,000 years ago, when our Lord Jesus Christ came on earth, emphasizing in entering the kingdom of heaven. We don't worry anything, because everyone there in heaven is already prepared by God, already prepared our Lord, our true parents. Everything will appear just in our thinking. As long as the K is we have love. Our lives today here on earth is only one purpose, is to really accumulate and develop this love since we are born. That's why our lives here on earth, we have so much experience. We are truly grateful to our true parents because these words 2,000 years ago was emphasized here this time with our true parents on how to really enter the kingdom of heaven practically, and that the fulfillment of the three great blessings. That's why we are so truly grateful. First, when we meet our true parents, and we meet our true parents, we decided to follow our true parents. That's why we experience so much in our lives of so much difficulties, all trials. But then all of those is only a part to really exercise our heart and develop until we receive the amazing blessing that we could start the family, which is the another level of development of our hearts, is to have our family. As true father, as true parents said, that the family is the key to the kingdom of heaven, because this love, the key, must be experienced, must be developed in our family. But then in reality, we know that is not an easy, actually. No? We have this kind of really experience of something we cannot understand sometimes. But because of our true parents' love, we continue to follow. We continue to really surpass and overcome all these trials, difficulties in our family, in our tribe, in our society, everything. Because out of love, we really believe we can overcome. That's why we are so grateful and thankful to our true parents, to our heavenly parents, to our precious brothers and sisters, to our spiritual children. As well as to our grandchildren. Truly, continuously also support us so that we can achieve this wonderful and amazing victory that our true parents given us. You know, brothers and sisters, in pursuing to become a Chumbu couple, it is really a challenging task, no? Because in this message, I reflect. This is the practical way to really enter the kingdom of heaven. When our true mother said that we must be inducted as Chumbu couple to become a citizen of Chunilgok. And we know that Chunilgok is the kingdom of heaven. That's why our true mother emphasizes so much to really everybody must go there, must enter there. That there must one not left behind. That's why when True Father said, fulfill everything when we are inducted as a Chumbo couple, but then doesn't mean that we must relax. But however, another great responsibilities to fulfill. That's why we are always thinking how we can really do our part to help our precious brothers and sisters. We are so grateful and thankful because here in Davao, we have 2 or 3, and most probably we have 4 candidates to be inducted. Chongbo Couple is coming October, and we hope and pray that we can really attend that. We have this candidate, and our heart is really long to have them to be inducted so that we can really have this great celebration. You know, celebration here on earth is just a pity, but the celebration in heaven, according to True Father, is a million times, as long as we have that kind of heart. Because this great celebration we wanted to is for the sake of all precious brothers and sisters. So, we cannot deny that in real life that we have, there are so many baggages in our hearts. But then this is time that we should be able to throw out all those baggages, no, and just leave one thing in our hearts and develop that one thing, and that is love. So once again, precious brothers and sisters, we are truly blessed by heavenly parents. We are truly blessed by our true parents because we receive this kind of education, and that the most is the education of our heart. As I said, all these experiences that we have here on earth is only a part to develop our artistic relationship to God and to parents. Is to develop our artistic relationship to our spouse, to our children, and to our precious brothers and sisters in our community. So just we continue, brothers and sisters, doing this because only one thing that we can bring to the kingdom of heaven is that love. Thank you so much, our precious brothers and sisters, and thank you so much for this great privilege. Let's see. Thank you once again, and good morning.
Thank you, Brother Peddy. Let's give him a round of applause. So indeed, we have to give thanks to our heavenly parents and true parents for sending us the Messiah, our true parents, who taught us the way to heaven, who taught us how to really love and enlightened us, teach us the way. So thank you sa tagos na puso reflection, Brother PD. So thank you very much. So kanina pala, nag-raise ng hand. Jess Juliano was raising his hand. So I would like to call on Brother Jess Juliano to give his reflection. Let's give him a hand.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning,
Good morning, Brother John.
our leaders and our brothers and sisters. Actually, when this topic, when I read about the topic, maraming pumasok sa isip ko na I really wanted to share. And before that, I'd like to share with you the other day my experience during work. In my new company right now, we're only 3 employees, and at lunchtime, bago ako kumain ng lunch, one of the my coworker came out from the locker room, and she said to me that, and I asked her, what's her lunch, and then she said to me that she don't have nothing because she don't have money, and even she came to the workplace by bicycle, and takes her 2 hours to come to the workplace. And I really felt maawa ako ba sa kanya. So ginawa ko, hinati ko lang yung baon ko na I prepare in the morning and gave it to her. And I realized that always God somehow testing me where I have developed my art. In relationship to my fellow men, to other people. So I am truly grateful because of all the knowledge, of all the truth that we learn from this movement, we learn from true parents. And if I didn't, maybe, I know, kung hindi ko siguro namit ang movement, I don't have, of course, wala tayong knowledge, especially about spirit world, how we develop our love more, and so that we can have an enjoyable life sa spirit world. And then one more thing is, when it comes to heaven, kasi yung title nga natin is heaven. So I'd like to truly stick to that topic. And first, I'd like to share with you how the experience ko when my wife went to the spirit world in her passing. When she is about to pass out, actually wala ako doon sa hospital. And then they called me from home and she's about to go, and so I rushed out and went outside and take a taxi and went to the hospital. But when I arrived in the hospital, already around 30 minutes na pumanaw na siya. And then they're just waiting for me and everybody is crying already. And then I told them that you don't have to cry. And then one of my daughters just got angry to me. Why I don't have to cry? It's my mama. And then I felt, of course, I understand them because they don't have any more mama with them physically. But in my heart, I know that she's still within that room, watching over what is happening. And so before I also, before we had this prayer, I kissed my wife, and in my heart just say goodbye and see you in the future, because we know that all of us will die, right? But I didn't cry, because I know somehow through the divine principle, the lectures from the divine principle, that all of us have physical body and we also have a spirit body, right? So somehow we are all a spiritual being with physical body. I'm not lecturing, but this is what I learned. And so therefore, if I can open my spiritual senses, if I can develop such kind of ability to see the spiritual world, it's good, right? But for me, of course, I cannot see the spirit world. But since we understand it, since I understand a bit, I didn't cry at that time, because I know my wife. I'm just imagining that my wife is still by my side, watching the transition of her passing. Now, I realize also that heaven is somehow, it's a or our spirit world, because we don't see God. Sa tingin ko kasi, we don't see God in the spirit world. God is formless, right? Wala naman siyang form. But in the physical world, God's form is the universe itself. That's what I understand. But as I understand, and at the same time, when we go to the spirit world, we don't see God. We don't see God's form in the spirit world. But I learned that God's form is in the form of love. So it's very important for me, while I'm living here on earth, to develop such love, so that when I go to the spirit world, I can see somehow God's form, because the spirit world is a word of love, right? So in a sense, it's a word of God. It's a word of God. So yan ang na-realize ko. So in every little situation sa buhay natin, na-realize ko na how you develop your love is the most important thing. Kasi nga, what we have developed, or what we have experienced, especially developing our artistic relationship to other people, it is what we also, it is that kind of life na madadala natin sa spiritual world. And also, I read some speeches also from your father before, na yung couple daw na nagmamahalan sa spirit world, you see them in the spirit world as light. And I think I really believe this. So because they are full of love, and then this becomes the reflection of God a couple making love in the spirit world, they becomes a shining light, and this becomes the reflection of God's love. So really, the teaching of our true parents is really so amazing. So as a blessed couple, we have truly developed that kind of love, so that when we are in the spiritual world, then this love becomes the substantial reflection of God in the spirit world. And I really believe that so. So though I myself is still going there in that still developing my heart, even though my wife is already in the spiritual world. But each day is a very it takes a lot of conscious effort in my part, kasi wala na, hindi ko na siya nakikita. But the understanding of the spirit world for me is now is very, very real. And since my wife passed away, I really try to understand what is try to read many things, especially in the internet. Of course, you can search and you can watch. You can learn many things about the spirit world. Of course, it depends on you kung maniniwala ka or which is true or not. But I try to learn many things as much as possible about the spirit world. And I'd like to share with you about, because I read the book about the I forgot the name. Anyway, in the spiritual world is yung heaven daw is much more substantial daw, much more realistic than this physical world. So I am just amazed by that concept alone. So I'm trying to figure out how that was possible, kasi sa physical world hindi natin nakikita ang spiritual world, but it's much more realistic, much more substantial. So I started to try some kind of meditation and try to communicate with my wife, try to develop this kind of medium to become a medium where I can, because I really wanted to communicate to my wife since she passed away. But still, I cannot communicate, of course. But these things are possible when you try to develop your spiritual senses and try to be in connection with with God, because it's not easy actually, but this is what I'm trying to do actually, because there are so many mediums in the world who can communicate to the spiritual world, that they can tell you really that we have to be very careful in our physical lives, because spiritual is really exist. But in my as I know, still many people don't believe in a spiritual world. This is a very, very scary thing for those who don't believe. And moreover, they don't believe in God, of course. So I feel like I have this, we all have this mission actually, so that somehow they can understand and they can know more about the spirit world, which is all of us will go someday. Of course, sana hindi pa ngayon, because still we have to do many things, and all the activities, all the activities that we do actually is just a preparation for us, so that we could have beautiful life in the spiritual world. Ano ba? Yeah, as I think, aminin ko sa inyo, hindi ako marunong sa public speaking, but I can I can do some writings, but I'm sorry, I cannot express much more in talking. Anyway, thank you, brothers and sisters, for this opportunity. Thank you, and good morning to all.
Thank you, Brother Jess Juliano. I can really feel you really miss your wife. So thank you for your heartfelt reflection. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. So really what we sow here on earth, we will sow it in heaven. So if we will sow love, we will sow love in heaven. So that's it. Yeah. So next, finally, we will have to hear our final message, the final message from our Regional Vice President of Heavenly Asia Pacific 2. Brothers and sisters, let's welcome our very own Dr. Julius Malikden.
Thank you very much, Ate Juliet, and to all our brothers and sisters sa Davao region. Thank you sa ating national leader, again, giving us this very important word from our true parents. Parang continuation ito nung understanding natin about heaven, about the spirit world. So this is like heaven series, right? So anyway, thank you to all brothers and sisters who joined us today. Today, Philippines is actually commemorating the Day of Valor, or the Araw ng Kagitingan, no? Or Bataan Day. And I thank you for joining once again. So Heaven's Delights, just would like to share some very important points about this topic. You know, many people in the world, you know, even though they don't know so much about the spirit world, but there is the natural desire to live long, right? Many people want to prolong their life. They want to live forever. You know? Kaya nga, there's that concept of the fountain of youth para ma-restore yung youth, no? And then they can live longer, or they can live forever. Now, if I will ask you this question, if you are to live eternally, saan ang pipiliin mo? Do you want to live eternally on the earth, or you prefer to live eternally in the spirit world or in the kingdom of heaven? You know, after hearing all the wonderful contents of the True Parents' words today, how detailed True Fathers talking about vividly, clearly, what is the spirit world, or how kingdom of heaven will look like. Ano yung magiging buhay natin sa spirit world? So much details, right? And then the more we listen to this, I'm sure the more you become excited. Wow, I want to go there, or I want to visit there. No, I want to experience kingdom of heaven. Because everything looks beautiful, Father said. Everything sounds wonderful. And you feel content with everything around you. Parang everything is, happiness. So Father said, in heaven, love connects everything. You breathe the air of love, you eat the food of love, and you wear the clothes of love. Very interesting and very exciting, actually, just thinking about this. So, we're so grateful, as mentioned also by Kuya Jess and Kuya Pedi, we are so grateful. We are educated by our true parents to understand clearly how to prepare for the spirit world. There is another dimension of human intelligence. Di ba alam natin mayroong IQ, intelligence quotient. There is EQ, emotional quotient. But there is another one. Ano yun? HQ? Oh, this is called SQ, spiritual quotient. In fact, this is referred to as the ultimate intelligence, spiritual quotient, or SQ. Because having high SQ, this can bring the greatest meaning and value in our life on the earth. Because we are excited to go to the spirit world. This brings awareness that our life on earth is a preparation to go to the eternal world. And so we're so grateful. We are educated very well. That's why I would say that the SQ level of brothers and sisters is being elevated. So we are so grateful to our true parents for giving us this opportunity to learn this while we are on the earth. Kasi pag late na, if we learn this later on or when we are about to die, then it's too late. Because now at least we have time to prepare. True Father said, as long as you have the heart of true love, that is enough. This is the preparation we need to develop our heart of true love. Now the question is, where do we need to practice true love? Where do we need to practice living for the sake of others? Or where do we need to accumulate these assets of true love? Already I mentioned this in our previous Hundokhe. It is on this earth. Actually, I read, True Father said, there is no indemnity in the spirit world. There is no indemnity in the spirit world. Meaning to say that we have the opportunity to pay indemnity only while we are on the earth. That is why, don't worry, brothers and sisters, if we are here in the physical world and looks like, very difficult, a lot of trials, a lot of suffering, and then you continue to sacrifice, even deny yourself. This is our opportunity. This kind of opportunity to pay indemnity will not be available when we go to the spirit world. And then I remember also, True Father said, victory on earth makes us victorious in heaven. No? Victory on the earth makes us victorious in heaven. Anong ibig sabihin nito? We cannot conquer Satan without a physical body. Please understand, brothers and sisters. To conquer Satan, we need our physical body. Why? Because the fall happened with the physical body. So therefore, to bring solution and to resolve this problem, we also need our physical body. That means while we are still alive, while we are still on the earth. So unless we accomplish our designated, our mission on the earth, then we will end up, become problematic when we go to the spirit world. So that means when we are victorious while we are on the earth, while we have our physical body, we become victorious. Then this is a guarantee that when we go to the spirit world, we are victorious. Aju? So that means our lifetime is a period of training during which we undergo course that prepares us to acquire. Ang tawag ni True Father doon, universal personality. That means you can go freely in the spirit world. You call that universal personality. And then this brings me to remember what St. Augustine in his confessions from the spirit world. St. Augustine was blessed already by true parents. And then he has a confession, a revelation from the spirit world. And then this is what he said. I would just like to share. Sabi niya, most people work hard to improve their lives as if they could live on earth forever. If such people should suddenly die someday, totally unprepared, they would find no place to stay in the spiritual world and end up as beggars. Wow, we don't like that. And then he continued on saying, but if your place of settlement and eternal home is not prepared, what are you going to do? You build your eternal house, not while you are in the spirit world, but while you are on the earth. Aju? Sabi niya, you build your eternal house, not while you are in the spiritual world, but while you are on the earth. So you should plan and build while on earth a beautiful house for the spiritual world. And then finally, he said, how you live your earthly life will determine whether you have a palace or a shack. Parang squatter ba, a palace or a shack in the spiritual world. There may be people who do not even have a shack or a small patch of land in the spiritual world. Wow. So that's why preparation is really very important. So I would like to conclude with this, brothers and sisters. Blessed families, all brothers and sisters, should be able to become sacrificial offerings while we are on the earth. Don't worry, When we compare our lives with other people, wow, they're very rich or very wealthy, looks like they're very happy. It doesn't matter because we know the spirit world. Sacrificial offerings. This is the starting point to determine whether you go to heaven or you go to hell. Then finally, True Father said, sabi niya doon, the boundary between heaven and hell is the boundary of heart and the boundary of actual achievements of love. So yun yung magdetermine in the final analysis. What will determine whether we go to heaven or to hell? It is how much we have accumulated achievements, actual achievements of true love. So the concept of eternity is impossible if we only live for our own sake. So that's why, brothers and sisters, no, let us continue to prepare. No, don't wait for last minute. Kasi mahilig tayo sa last minute, di ba? So don't wait for the last minute because that last minute may not come. So brothers and sisters, let's receive this precious guidance today. Let's have a victorious day today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Julius Malikdem. Palakpakan po natin si Dr. Julius. Thank you so much. My God, what a bundle of truth we received today. Bundle of inspiration, truth, ando na, halo-halo na lahat. Thank you for a very powerful final message, Dr. Julius. So, di ko na dadagdagan kasi punong-puno na tayo, spiritual food this morning. So, before closing, let me thank everyone who joined with us in this morning's devotion. Thank you for all the brothers and sisters from Davao region who really wake up early and prepare themselves. Thank you very much to our national leader for a very, very inspiring message this morning. Thank you for those who give the reflections. Brother Jess, feel na feel ko po yung heart mo. And also, finally, to Dr. Julius, ang ganda ng realization po today. Thank you very, very much. So, for the closing, I would like to request our Chongbu couple, Noboy Caballero, to offer the closing prayer.
Please join my prayer. 하늘 부모님, 장모님, 감사합니다. Thank you very much for this morning. We are very grateful that you're giving us your love and protection for every day, every moment. This morning that also that we receive your words. We are very sorry that we receive our two parents and the principal, but we still always struggle in ourselves that we are really cannot love everything, that we are always struggling, but we really want to. The filial children of you and our true parents. Our true mother in this physical world that always that love us, that lead us, even we are not enough to stand us. Bless families, bless couple, but always forgive us and push us to fulfill our responsibility. I pray that our two mothers, good health and protection always. And we pray that our leaders and brothers and sisters, that good health and success, our responsibility, and also that we always unite with true mother who really bring victory and joy, happiness to you and your parents. This time that we are towards our Vision 2027, unified Korea and unified world. But what we can do is we do our responsibility as blessed couple and also the chosen one, brothers and sisters, that we really work hard, unite with our two parents, two mother, and we want to really bring back joy and happiness to our two parents and heaven parents. Thank you very much for this morning that you're giving to us, the love and your words that we really determine again and pledge again in front of you that we really want to become filial children of you, two parents. Thank you very much once again. I report Merol and Nobikabaril Beseng sa family. True.
Let's have our unison prayer. Uy, ano naman yun? June. So thank you everyone for all the brothers and sisters who join in. Once again, see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.